It's a pretty humbling experience to be a part of, to bring this person to the care that they needed, the worst day they've had for sure. I am TDY to augment the 210th Rescue Squadron. It's a guard unit up here at J-Bear-Ellendorf. They deploy, and then they have a 24-hour alert mission that they have to cover. So they bring in crew members from other units to help augment them while they're off deployed. We're here up on alert status. It goes for about a week. You sit alert with a 1+45 kind of timeline, so you get the call, and you have an hour 45 to get off the ground and headed in the right direction. It was our last day of alert, so we had been sitting for 7 days, and the alert came in probably about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You get a text message or a call, command post calls you, hey, this is what's going on. Gives you pretty minimal information, and everybody starts heading towards the squadron. As more information comes out, you start figuring out where you're going and what you'll need, and then you launch. We had heard pretty quick that it was a rock climber who had fallen. That's the information that we got, and we didn't really know what height from. The state troopers and the local medevac had already had contact, but because of the location, they weren't able to get to her. So there's some rules up here about other people have to have a first shot at it, and then typically the Air Force gets it if it's some sort of hoist situation involved, because we're the ones with the hoist capability. We had about a 20-minute flight out there, so we were talking through, what do we expect to see, what do we think we see, and then where to go from there. Once we got into the situation, actually it was kind of a pinnacle, so it was like this mountain kind of hanging out all by itself in a valley. So we ended up flying a couple laps around it just to try to get a good gauge on what was going on. And then we actually did, with all of the J's on board, we went in and kind of did a test flight, realized that the wind was too strong from the direction that we would have to face for us to have everybody on board. And that's when we decided to drop the J's up at the top and have them climb down. We're all in this to reach the same goal, which is to bring people home safe. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which unit you're with or where you are doing the job, you're getting the job done. And if you are all working together, you're working together for the same goal. I've trained for this for years at this point, and it was amazing to be a part of it, and also super humbling because it's like, these are people, that maybe I've only met a few minutes beforehand, and here we are working together. It's really incredible. When we were out there, we were using everything. We were doing all the wind calculations that we've always talked about, talking about fuel, talking about, okay, well, what if the weather rolls through, and what are we going to do then? If it ends up being a really strong tailwind, how are we going to have to manipulate the situation to make sure that this is going to work? Oh, well, we can't hoist her out with all 6 J's on board. Let's go do a 2-wheel hover and drop off the J's. It was really incredible because we ended up using all of the skills that I learned at Kirtland in my training there, and then that we practice and refine at Moody to affect getting a really, really rare person to